Radhe Krishna everyone. Today I am here to show you an interesting sweet dish. It is called Kashi Halwa or Boodh Gumbalkai Halwa or Ash Guard Halwa if I were to translate it in English. And this is a dish that I learned in Udupi when I had an opportunity to sit for the Chauki Pankti. So let us see how to make this dish. So for this you will need about half a kilo ash guard, which you will have to grate. You will need half a fistful of grated coconut and some dry fruits for additional taste. I have taken about 3 to 4 cardamoms and I have crushed the cardamoms. And this small little bit of white thing that you are seeing, powder, this is camphor. This is edible camphor. And let us see how to make this dish. I'm not explaining the amount of jaggery you will need. It depends on the yield that comes out of the grated ash guard. So let us see how to grate this and how to drain this and how to make this dish. So friends, I am going to show how to grate the ash guard, and I am not using the finer ridges. I am using the coarser one, and what I have done is I have I removed the skin of the ash guard and have made it into a nice cube, which is very easy to hold and grate. Ash guard is a very watery vegetable, as you all know, so it is very important to make a note of how to process this ash guard when you are especially making a sweet dish. If you don't handle the moisture and the watery content within the ash guard well, then this becomes it doesn't become a halwa, it becomes payasam. So it's very important that we handle this moisture very well. So I'm just, for the purposes of the video, I'm just showing grating a small piece of ash guard whilst I have grated the rest and kept everything ready. So you have to just watch your hands when you're grating. So as you can see, there is so much moisture in this, which is why you have to use a sieve to basically drain this. So as you can see, there's so much moisture coming out of a small cube of ash guard. So what I have done is I have made an apparatus consisting of a sieve and a vessel underneath. So once I have grated everything, so this is the total half a kilo of ash guard, friends. So you have to just press this with your hand so that all the moisture kind of comes out. You should not over press this because you still need a bit of moisture. Without moisture, it's not going to cook well, and it's going to be very crunchy when you partake the prasadam after offering it to Krishna. So so you have to just, I'm just showing you, collect all this water in a vessel, and there's no use for it, but in case you need a bit more moisture, you can use the ash guard juice instead of adding just plain regular water. So this is the consistency in which you need. See, it's almost how do I say, without moisture, but there is still some moisture left, and you can actually feel the grated pieces. So this is how you want it. Now in order to measure the amount of jaggery, what I have done is I have taken a small bowl, and I am going to transfer this to measure how much jaggery I will need. So if you see, this is 1 cup, and I am transferring this to this is 1 cup, and there is some more left, so about 1.5 cup. So about 1.5 cup of grated ash guard I have. So I will need the same quantity of jaggery, if not more. What I generally prefer is, if it is 1.5 cups, then I just put 2 cups of jaggery. That is because the Krishna at home has a sweeter palate and he likes everything to be very sweet. For those of you who like it to be moderately sweet, you can use either the same amount of jaggery as the ash guard. So 1:1. So friends, again I have taken a vessel and I'm going to now roast the dry fruits. So you will need about 2 full spoons of ghee, just 2 full spoons of ghee, and this is to just roast the dry fruits. And it has to be on a medium flame, friends. It should not be on a very high flame. Once the ghee is hot, I'm going to transfer the dry fruits that I had shown to you guys. So for example here, so these dry fruits I'm going to add and roast. So starting with cashews. So these are getting roasted well, and now I'm going to immediately transfer the grated ashgar into this. So once you saute this and transfer it along with ghee, you have to mix well, and you have to allow it on a low to medium flame. Allow it to cook for about 7 to 8 minutes. Otherwise, ashgar doesn't cook properly, and it's going to taste very raw, and the halwa will not be very well cooked. So friends, I have mixed it nicely, and I'm going to close this vessel and on a medium flame cook this for about 7 to 8 minutes. Intermittently you will have to monitor and stir so that it doesn't catch the bottom. It usually doesn't catch the bottom, so nothing to worry, but I'm just telling you as a caveat. So I'm just closing this, and we'll come back to this in about 5 to 7 minutes. Hi friends, I have been cooking this for about 7 minutes, and I'm just going to show you, see how nice and well cooked this has become. It's almost like rava kesari, but in a grated texture. So this means that it is done. So now I'm going to transfer about 1.5 cups of jaggery. In the same cup that I measured, I'm just transferring 1 cup of jaggery and another half a cup. Half a cup of jaggery, and along with this I'm going to also transfer the grated coconut and ilaichi and pachakarpuram, that edible camphor that we talked about earlier on. So I'm transferring all of this. So now we have to give this a nice mix. So as soon as you add jaggery, the whole thing becomes very watery. Let me just switch on the lights. As soon as the jaggery is added, it becomes very watery, and there are some jaggery chunks. All of that is going to melt. There's nothing to worry about. So let us just mix this and cook this for another about 5 to 7 minutes, and that is when you will see that this has already become almost like a caramel texture, because jaggery is going to boil and vaporize. At this point, after adding the jaggery, please do not close the lid, because you want the water vapor and all the moisture to vaporize as soon as it can, and you have to now increase the flame from low to medium to high flame, because that is when it gets processed pretty fast. And if jaggery starts splattering, you can close a mesh lid, or you will have to close the lid. It depends on the nature of the jaggery. but if it starts splattering, you have no means but to close the lid. So I'm just telling you because these days different types of jaggery behave differently, and I don't want any kitchen accidents when you're making prasadams for Lord Krishna. So it's going to boil like this, and as you can see, it is like almost like payasam, and there's a lot of moisture, and all of this has to go, and for that you will have to leave it boiling like this for about 7 minutes. We'll come back and review it in 7 minutes to see how this is behaving. Hi friends, now I have been boiling this for about 7 to 8 minutes, and as you can see, there is still a bit of moisture, but there is one thing that you need to know about ashgardus. It kind of starts to get solidified from underneath, and then all the moisture is pushed onto the top, just like in pongal as well. So it's very important that in order to understand how much moisture is left, it's always important that you kind of stir this nicely. And now if you see, this is the right consistency in which I want this dish to be, because now it is kind of like a flowing texture. And another thing you need to know is, because I have added jaggery tends to solidify towards the end. Once it cools down, it kind of solidifies and it kind of thickens the whole texture, and that is when the right texture comes out. So it's always important that you maintain this kind of a flowy texture and make this sweet dish. This is something that I learned from the Anna Brahma Kshetra, which is Udupi, as I told you in the beginning of this video. It's a very nice dish, and especially a nice dish that you can make on a Dwadashi. So and the Krishnas and Radhas, the little Krishnas and Radhas at your home will definitely love this dish. So please make this and offer it to Krishna with a Tulasi Dalam. Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanam. Radhe Krishna.